Let me ask you something. You spent years in school, right? Day after day, class after class, test after test. You memorized facts. You solved equations. You learned how to analyze stories, balance chemical reactions, and maybe even play a little sport. But let me ask you this. Did school ever teach you how to succeed in life? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most schools don't prepare us for life. They prepare us to pass exams. They prepare us to follow rules. They prepare us to fit into a system that was designed decades ago. But the world has changed, and success in the real world doesn't come from memorizing the Pythagorean theorem or reciting Shakespeare by heart. Success requires skills, mindsets, and habits that most of us never learned inside a classroom. So today, let's uncover the truth. Let's talk about what school never taught you about success. First, school never taught you how to handle failure. Think about it. In school, failure is the enemy. You get a bad grade, and you're called lazy, stupid, or not trying hard enough. Fail enough times, and you're labeled as someone who won't make it. But in life, failure isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Every successful person you admire today failed countless times. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired from his first job because his editor thought he lacked imagination. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, was cut from his high school team. What school taught us was to avoid mistakes at all costs. But what life teaches us is that mistakes are necessary. Failure is feedback. It's not a stop sign, it's a stepping stone. The truth is, the people who succeed are not the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who fail forward, learn, and keep moving. Second, school never taught you how to manage money. You probably learned algebra. You probably solved geometry problems. Maybe you even memorized the periodic table. But did anyone ever teach you how to budget, how to save, how to invest, how to build wealth? Most people graduate without the first clue about managing money. That's why so many people get trapped in debt, live paycheck to paycheck, or spend their entire lives working for money instead of making money work for them. In reality, financial education should be as important as math and science. Because whether you like it or not, money touches every part of your life. It determines where you live, what you eat, how you take care of your family, what opportunities you can access. And yet, schools are silent about it. The wealthy understand something most schools never taught. Success isn't just about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep, how you grow it, and how you use it wisely. Third, school never taught you emotional intelligence. You learned how to solve for X. You learned how to diagram a sentence. You learned the capital cities of countries you may never visit. But did anyone ever teach you how to manage your stress? How to build healthy relationships? How to deal with rejection? How to understand your emotions and not be controlled by them? The truth is, success is not just about what you know. It's about how you carry yourself. Your ability to control your emotions. Your ability to understand others. Your ability to stay calm under pressure. These things matter more than your GPA. Studies show that emotional intelligence, skills like empathy, self-awareness, resilience, and communication, are bigger predictors of success than IQ. But schools rarely talk about them, so you're left to figure them out on your own. Fourth, school never taught you how to think for yourself. In school, you're trained to follow instructions. Memorize this. Repeat that. Don't question the teacher. Don't break the rules. Don't think outside the box. But here's the problem. Real success doesn't come from following the crowd. It comes from thinking differently. It comes from creativity. It comes from questioning everything you've been told. Every world changer you can name, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Albert Einstein, they didn't succeed because they followed the rules. They succeeded because they broke them. They saw things differently. They thought for themselves. And they dared to challenge the system. School teaches conformity. Life demands originality. Fifth, school never taught you the power of habits. In school, your performance is judged by one test, one exam, one grade on your report card. But life doesn't work that way. In life, success isn't about one big moment. It's about the little things you do every single day. Waking up early, reading, practicing discipline, working on your craft, staying consistent. Habits are the real key to success. Because success is built daily, not in a single exam room. But most schools never show you how powerful small, consistent actions can be over time. Sixth, school never taught you about self-education. You were told the teacher has the answers. The textbook has the truth. The exam is the measure of your worth. But here's the real secret. The most successful people in the world are self-taught. They read books. They studied mentors. They learned skills outside of the classroom. They never stopped learning. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, still spends hours reading every day. Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year. Oprah Winfrey has said reading saved her life. Formal education can make you a living. Self-education can make you a fortune. And finally, school never taught you that your future is not written in your report card. How many students have been told they'll never amount to anything because of bad grades? How many kids walk around thinking they're failures because they don't fit the mold of the classroom? But grades don't measure intelligence. They measure compliance. They measure how well you fit into the system. But they don't measure creativity. They don't measure resilience. They don't measure courage. And they don't measure your ability to dream bigger than your circumstances. Some of the most successful people in history were average students, or even dropouts. But they understood one thing: success is not about your grades. It's about your growth. So here's the truth. Life is the real classroom. Your failures are your exams. Your experiences are your lessons. Your discipline is your diploma. And the world is your teacher. If you want to succeed, don't wait for school to give you permission. Start teaching yourself. Invest in your growth. Build habits that shape your future. Learn the skills they never taught you: money management, communication, resilience, self-discipline. Because in the end, the real measure of success is not what you memorized in school. It's what you apply in life. So go out there, fail, learn, grow, and succeed. Because the most important lessons about success are the ones you'll never find in a textbook.